To calculate the area of a non-right angled triangle, we must be given two sides and the enclosed angle. In this case, I'm given the base and I'm given the right-hand side. And I'm given the angle that encloses those two sides, i.e. the angle in between them, which is 45 degrees. Well, the area of a non-right angled triangle is given on our formula sheet. It's half AB sine C, where A and B represent our two sides and sine of C is our enclosed angle. So here I'm going to have a half multiplied by one length, in this case my 2x minus 1, multiplied by other length in any order, in this case multiplied by x plus 3, multiplied by sine of my enclosed angle, so sine of my enclosed angle, in this case sine of 45. In this case I know the area, in this case is 6 root 2. As I want to find the value of x, I know the opposite of multiplying by a half and multiplying by sine 45 is to divide both sides by a half times sine 45. So on the left-hand side, we're left with simply 2x minus 1 in brackets multiplied by x plus 3. And on the right-hand side, I've still got the 6 root 2. Now it's now going to be divided by my a half times sine of 45. Substituting to my calculator everything on the right, that gives me an answer of 24. I'm now going to expand out my double brackets. So 2x multiplied by x will give us 2x squared. And 2x multiplied by positive 3 will give us plus 6x. My inside terms, negative 1 times x will give us negative x. And negative 1 times positive 3 will give us negative 3, because a negative times positive is negative. And the right-hand side is still equal to 24. Collecting like terms on the left-hand side, I've got 2x squared and no other term ending in x squared, so I'm going to write that down. I've got positive 6x subtract x. If there's no number in front of the letter, the number is 1. So 6x take away 1x will simplify to give us plus 5x. And I've still got negative 3, and that equals to 24. I can now see I'm getting quadratic in terms of x. I always want my quadratic equal to 0. So therefore I'm going to move the 24 across to the left by doing the opposite. Opposite add 24. Therefore subtract 24 from both sides of my equation. On the left-hand side, therefore, I've got 2x squared plus 5x. I know negative 3 take away 24 will give us negative 27. And the right-hand side, 24 take away 24 will cancel. It leaves us with 0. As I was asked to work out the value of x and give my answer correct to three significant figures, therefore I know my quadratic cannot be factorised. So I must apply the quadratic formula. So a quadratic must start, first of all, the form ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Now I can read off my values for a, b and c. In this case, a is the number in front of the x squared term. In this case, a is positive 2. b is the number in front of the single of x. In this case, b is positive 5. And c is the number term. In this case, c is negative 27. You must take the sign in front of each term. Substituting into my quadratic formula, I know x is equal to, the quadratic formula starts negative b. As my b is 5, therefore negative b will be negative 5. It's always plus or minus the square root of b squared. B for me is 5. Always place the value of b in brackets and the squared outside. Minus 4ac, so minus 4, multiplied by a, in this case a is 2, multiplied by c, which in this case c is negative 27. And it's all over, i.e. divide it by 2a, in this case 2 times a, in this case a is 2, so 2 times 2. Substituting into my formula, using the plus first, press equals press SD, that gives me one value of x to equal 2.63, 1043674. Now going back and taking the minus in front of the square root, that gives me a value of x to equal negative 5.13, 1043674. When we solve a quadratic equation, we should always get two solutions. But in this case here, we're asked to find the value of x, and x represented a length. We can't have a negative length. Therefore, in this case, my value of x has to be my 2.63 number. As I was asked to round to three significant figures, well, significant figures means you count from the left, and you count from the first non-zero digit from the left. So our first non-zero digit from the left, in this case, the 2. Once you start counting, you don't stop. So that's my first significant figure. That's my second, that's my third. As I round to 3, I now stop. Draw a line to the right, that's called my decider. Is my decider 5 more? In this case, no. So I'm going to round down. So my final answer for x to three significant figures is x is equal to 2.63